All right, you're live on all the socials.
Hi, socials. How
What's
are
up,
you?
everybody?
Say it with an autogram.
Let's get the fucking show started.
Love it.
The meme game is strong.
That shit was too funny.
Sam, you saw your AI with the voiceover work?
Yes, I did.
It's, yeah. You're probably butt-sized about it, aren't you?
We can actually sell them now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going on Cameo and opening an account for you.
Hell yeah.
Autogram.
Although autogram, I'm not sure I'm ready for the kind of requests we're going to get.
Oh, good.
I mean, are you ready for the requests we're going to get?
Yeah.
Because
Are you
Just
willing
go ahead and lick her in the butt. It's going to be fun. What you worried about? What you worried about?
Absolutely nothing. I
gonna be
don't know
great.
what I was thinking. You're fine. Everything's fine. It's all
yeah,
fine.
face fuck seals.
It's going to be awesome.
There's
Yes.
the warm up.
So there's, if you weren't aware of this,
Like 8 months old.
one of the things that we've talked about with otters.
My little black Aryan baby. That's too fucking
Otters are my
funny.
favorite animal, right? I love otters.
Yeah.
and-
Obviously.
But sea otters apparently are like
Fucking
dicks.
dickheads,
Controversial.
They
to say
rape
the least.
male seals for fun.
Why do I feel like I heard that before?
They just do it because they're just like, well, I mean, if you're gonna be there, and then it all
Looking all
begat
voluptuous.
with Graham as we're explaining this to him. He was like, I mean, well, I could see it. I mean, if you're gonna rape anything, I mean, a seal. We're just like, you want to fuck seals, Sam?
So, well,
And then, of course, he has the dad bod. So
you
he's
have
not
to
a,
do the reason.
okay.
Because every other animal on the face of the earth, you can tell their distress call.
Yeah.
Seals always sound like they're in distress, so nobody's bat an eye.
True.
It's the perfect crime. If you're gonna rape, if that's where you're going, a seal is the same as right. You can tell when a horse is in trouble.
Right.
You can tell when a dog is in trouble. You can tell when a bird is in trouble. You can't tell that a seal's not having a good time.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they sound
Very
the fucking
true.
same. That was the point. Is that there's no recourse for it.
Yeah. By the way, don't be distracted with the dog barking. You can hear it in your headphones. It does not even translate to the show. You never even hear it. So there'll be some weird times you might hear something. Just don't even pay it no mind. If you're talking and suddenly the dog's barking, just keep talking.
Gotcha.
It ain't gonna come over the microphone.
Aw, Graham, your mom's watching. I'm so glad she's here for this.
I'm
Sorry,
not my product.
your son's gonna say a lot of bad words.
I love it when your mom watches.
Your mom watches.
Better than participating. All right.
I could say something really mean, but I'm not gonna.
What are you gonna do? My mom's dead.
Say at least mine's here.
I've already learned to live in that world, man. I'm all right.
She says I'm speechless.
I think she probably heard some of the
Yes.
seal chat.
Yes,
She's probably so disappointed in me right now.
I mean, you know this already.
She
We
has
say
one
really.
son she can be proud of.
we-
and then
we
there's
s-
you.
Yeah, well, we know that. We all do that.
Actually, I think she's more proud of Anagram than any of her boys.
I love it. Fantastic.
All of it. She said all of it.
Brilliant. All righty, kids. Are we ready to do a show?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
believe so.
All right.
G'day folks, I'm Jane Ferrari. I'm in the Barossa Valley, South Australia. I am a massive fan of Brentford Bees, West London Superstars. I'm on the Drunkard United football show with the two Sams because, let's face it, something's got to make them look good. Cheers from here, and you're listening to the Drunkard United football show.
Long intro, but great intro.
It's a good intro. I
You
like
know?
Jane.
And I mean, that was the only derby that happened this weekend, right? Nothing significant happened on
No,
Sunday.
nothing at all.
No, we don't need to worry
Nah,
about it.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Snub of my lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Drunkard United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, always disappointing his mother, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham.
Jokes really do write themselves, don't they?
They do, you know? I love it. I used to try to think of words that I was going to say about you before, and I'm just like, fuck it, shut up. It's going to come to me.
It just happens, yeah.
He will do something that will just fall in my lap, and I'll go, you know what? I'm going to fuck with him this way.
Yeah, not while Mel's still alive, but
Yeah, you know.
at some point I will just fall into your lap, yes.
We're recording at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out on all podcast platforms. Please be sure to rate, subscribe, review, and share with your footballing friends. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
Of course, it is at DU Football Show on all the social medias and dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email.
Fabulous. Or, as I always like to say, you can just drive your happy ass on over here.
That's
As
right.
is the case tonight, our good friend Hiram. Hiram, how you doing, man?
Doing good.
There we go. I was wondering if you actually speak or you just could sit there and, wave and do all that shit. So, tell us, who do you support?
Chelsea.
Ah, Chelsea. Very good. You know the only thing that scores less than Chelsea? People who play Hogwarts Legacy. Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry, both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, the list continues. And it's an old reliable that's on the list almost every year, it seems.
Yep.
Go for it.
It is. They, Lingardium Leviosa, their way up to 9th. Which ironically is one place higher than Chelsea Football Club. This is the Brooklotti 8-year-old Isla Barley 2013 edition. It comes in at 100 proof. Should run you about $75 on a shelf, but it is going to be a little bit more than that. Not much, as it is fairly readily available, as now all houses seem to be shipping this new, I guess, vintage you'd call it. The panel rated at a 94 from Whiskey Advocate. It is a Isla single malt scotch, obviously. And your blurb comes to you from David Savona of the Whiskey Advocate tasting panel. This expression, now in its 8th edition, showcases Brooklotti's commitment to Islay terroir. It's an 8-year-old in a world of double-digit age stated scotch, but you'll never accuse this delightful whiskey of being too young. Sweet, biscuity aromas, along with ripe peaches and pears, lead to a creamy palate of lemon cake, candied orange, nougat, and vanilla. All balanced by the wood influence and hints. That's the word I get hung up on there.
Words are hard.
I know. Hints of salinity. Water brings out sweet nectar and honey. The finish is graceful, long, lively, making this a truly memorable dram.
I told you the other day that this is a brand I'm getting tired of constantly seeing on this list. You know, and it's either this or it's the Port Charlotte, which comes from the same distillery. But I will say, this one's exceptional.
It's a very good
whiskey.
whiskey.
Really like this one. Ice helps it a lot, an awful lot. Really brings out the sweetness in this whiskey.
It is delightful.
Yeah, I'm actually...
That ice does help it a lot. It separates the flavors and makes them layered. Where I got everything he was saying when I had it neat, but it was all at once. And just like, you couldn't really differentiate anything. It was just like a flavor bomb.
Yeah.
And you tasted the alcohol a lot more as well. Like, it burned a little. Over ice, the alcohol burn's gone completely. Yeah. And it's only been in
it's warming.
30 seconds. It's still warming, yeah, but an Isla malt should be.
Right.
It's delicious. It's good, but it layered those flavors for me. So now I'm getting that biscuit up front. I'm getting that kind of graham cracker, you know. And then finishing with that nice little subtle campfire.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
It's not too peaty, which
it's
is
not
nice.
a smoke bomb like Lafroig or that Ardbeg Wee Beastie.
Mm-hmm.
That was like licking a burnt log.
Oh, yeah. That had a lot to it. Mel prefers the peatier whiskeys. What do you think of this one, hon?
I like it. It's nice and soft. It's drinkable, and I agree. Once the ice is on, you're able to get more of those flavors. Not very heavy on what you might find like the vanilla or those kind of backbones. I do like the I like the smokiness.
Biscuit all day. I get
Yeah.
that.
I get big time
like
biscuit,
a little
yeah.
bit of like a sugary kind of
No,
biscuit. I get that very much.
I like that there's not any of the vanilla sweetness, and it's kind of a little salty on the back too.
Yeah, and they mentioned it in the write-up, but it's worth kind of talking about with the whiskey as a whole. Is they talk about this terroir project. Pretty much everywhere you get your peat, right, for your barley, I'm talking about for whiskeys, for scotches, tends to just come from a factory on the mainland and get shipped out to you, right? And pretty much that's how everybody does it. No one grows their own barley anymore, right? We all want to live in this romanticized world of like everybody grows their own barley, they mill their own barley.
Yeah, everything's farm to
they
table.
Germinate it on a floor
Which is
with a
not true.
kiln, and it is not because
Don't ruin the illusion.
With kilts on,
this is giant,
Bare-chested.
huge business.
just dropping their pubes all in it.
Scottish whiskey is still the top-selling whiskey in the
Almost go a
entire
little too far.
world, right? So,
That's
like,
the point.
everybody forgets that this is business. So, what they're doing is hyper-isolated farm on that island, which, by the way, that island is rock surrounded by sea, and it is not a nice place. It is a, like, when we talk about the hardness of a Scotsman, Isla is that place, right? It's just, it's not fun.
That's the country version of that place.
Right,
Because that
and-
place is fucking Glasgow.
That's true.
In a dark alley with a tranny and a bottle of Bucky.
Oh, man.
Oh, if this was Patreon, I had another joke ready, but I'm gonna back off.
We are working on the what's the facer, the finding out who now distributes Bucky. What you need to understand here, I'm about Bucky. It
don't.
is
Forget you heard it.
Don't partake.
it's
Go back to
Scotland's,
Malort.
it's actually England's version of Mad Dog, right? So it's a chemical wine, right? Like a kind of like a super fruity but alcoholic wine that doesn't really taste like wine, but they call it wine.
It tastes like alcoholic, watered down Welch's grapefruit.
Right.
Like grape jelly.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
nasty.
Imagine if these two were suddenly distilled into wine.
Yeah.
I don't think I want that.
Pretty much.
So,
These two people.
but it's made by monks and it has caffeine in it too. So imagine
Loads of
Welch's-
caffeine in it.
Alcoholic Welch's grape juice with Red Bull is what this stuff
a
is.
slight kerosene aftertaste.
It's made in England, and basically the Scots and the Irish drink the shit out of it. It's like, oh, we're gonna make this trash liquor that gets you really fucked up and into like bar fights, and we're gonna just make it for the fucking Scots.
Well, then that makes sense to them.
yeah, It just
Yeah,
it's-
pretty much. It's how they keep them in line.
I was going to say.
Buckfast
but-
is a product of imperialism.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
and we've had it before, and now that we know that it's imported in the United States,
It's so bad it's good, though.
we have to have it again.
It's one
We
of those
have
things
to.
that's
We
so
don't.
bad you're like, I can't stop drinking this.
I think we have a bottle of it still.
No, that's gone.
Oh, good. Is that the bottle I infamously hid from you that one time?
Yes,
yeah.
you dragged me into that.
Yeah, the 3rd of July. The 3rd of July from COVID, when we were all so excited to just be around people again.
We
that
we got so banged up at like 7:30 p.m.
we were all hammered.
Everybody was drunk as shit. It was bad. That was a bad night.
Yeah, it was a very bad
was a really
night.
bad
It was
night.
a really, really bad night. What else should we do, Mr. Graham?
Always remember to drink responsibly.
Because he's got a mouthful of alcohol. Cheers, everybody.
Sound
Up. Get that hand down. Look, get those fingers out of the way. We got to teach this youngin' how to fucking
That's
cheers.
right.
We got ding, ding, ding.
How old are you, by the way?
Fingers all in the way, busting up on
23.
shit.
23.
Yeah.
Oh,
Christ, I remember those days.
Like
he
you
is
didn't-
resident young person. That is it. You are officially now charged.
Why are you here? Why aren't you out there trying to find a butt to put your tongue in?
She's at home. Calm down.
that
That's a
joke
weird your
was-
mom joke.
That joke was so funny.
Oh, we're gonna
from
be
the-
that. We're gonna be that kind of brutal tonight.
The opener from Chris Rock was so funny.
Oh, ready. The biggest rivalry in the Premier League, maybe in all of sports, was not only epic, it was fucking historic.
Yes, it was.
Liverpool 7, Manchester United 0.
It was historic for more reasons than you think.
Oh yeah, there's a lot that happened. That
Well,
was
I mean,
historic.
but very, very near and dear to us historic. It was the first time the Manchester United contingent shut the fuck up for more than 15 minutes in the Facebook group. and it inspired me to write a song.
It did. It was very good. Why don't you go ahead and
I
tell
did
us the
that
song?
because Cameron has been well on the Frozen tip lately.
Oh yeah, shocker! Young
Yeah.
child into Frozen.
Exactly.
No, let me find out.
The big joke was, is there anybody out there with a cup of Carabao for me? I said, is there anybody out there? Y'all are quiet as can be. It was good. And I think I wrote it at 6-0.
Yes,
Oh, jeez.
as the
So it did get worse.
Oh, yeah.
get worse. We'll make sure we get you into the closed group so you can see it all now. Right
Are
after,
the
right
kids
after
on
they
Facebook
won.
nowadays? Do you even have a
I
Facebook?
mean, he's president
Exactly.
young person.
Look, he doesn't even have one.
I do have Facebook.
Okay, good. You just never use it.
We
I
have
check for birthdays and stuff.
We have a Discord. I just want to warn you guys.
I don't know how to use a Discord.
Last time we had a resident young person,
Use a
you
Discord.
kept making the same back at it again with the white vans joke until he never came back.
Yeah, because his name was Daniel. His name was Daniel, for fuck's sake. It screamed, do the backhanded, damn Daniel,
just
backhanded
saying.
again with the white vans. You had
Just
to
saying, he never came back.
do it.
What?
So tread carefully.
It's
him come back
also,
with white
well,
vans,
hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
He was a Norwich supporter. Of course he didn't come back.
Oh, okay.
He'll be back.
He
He'll
might be back
in a
next year. Yes. Yes. He's busy right now and walking the dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Get Yo-Yo Club?
Yep. Here's the thing. As crazy of a scoreline that was,
Yeah.
the first almost 45 minutes, it was a tight one, and United had chances, and it took a worldie from Gakpo to fucking break the
It
deadlock.
was a great strike,
It was
that.
a great shot
Yeah,
from him.
absolutely.
I mean, great individual effort.
And Rashford had a couple chances. There were some openings in that first half. Allison slipped twice. There were a few things that United could have capitalized on, but they didn't. And at the end of the day, if you don't take your chances, I mean, we said it. How many times are we going to talk about it today? Even,
Yeah.
You know, how many teams had the ball? Spurs had the ball, had the chances. It completely fucked it off.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to take the chances, sometimes you get done with a little smash and grab. 1-0 Wolves, right? Sometimes you're going to get a hurt real bad.
nobody thought
I
it
mean,
would
this
be them getting hurt
this
that real
score
bad.
line is like Russell Peters telling his dad he was going to call CPS. I mean, this is that bit embodied.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Because it happened so fast.
It's bad. It was like they started at each other in the first half, and they're going back and forth. They get that little goal right there before halftime, and then Manchester United threatened to call CPS on Liverpool, and he said it's going to take them 23 minutes to get here, and in that time, somebody going to get a hurt real bad, and we're going to get it done for a copyright infringement.
And then you come out in the second half, and there's the quick goal to make it 2-0, and then almost 5 minutes later, another goal to make it 3-0. And I think everybody, Manchester United included, just going, "What the fuck just happened?" Like,
Everybody except Bruno Fernandes. Because Bruno Fernandes was running around going, "Please give me a penalty.
Oh yeah,
Give me a foul."
He was poor. Here's
He's terrible, and I hate how big his teeth are.
yeah. We'll get more.
That
into it
annoys
here in a
the
second.
absolute shit out of me.
Here's honest truth, Sam. This is before that game went off. This is exactly how I thought today's show was going to go. This is exactly what I thought I was going to talk to you about. Manchester United is back. They've won a trophy. There's normalcy in the club. No one's acting like a petulant child. Everybody's listening to the message of the coach. This team is improving, and we are going to see Manchester United competing for trophies for a while. Like it's finally been fixed.
I don't think that's
No,
necessarily.
it fucking hasn't.
Yeah, there's still a lot of work to do.
And I hate to say this too, 'cause they're my fucking bitter rivals. Liverpool's fucking back. They're 3 points out of fucking Champions League spot. They play like dog shit the entire year, and then suddenly, boom, on. We're working. It's all working again.
Yeah,
and
well,
they still have a problem with an ancient midfield that's going to eventually break down, but they're fucking finding ways to win.
It is a derby. You know, it's one of those derbies that they're still not very far away. They're only about 40 miles away from each other. Probably less than that, actually, because I think it's only a 40-minute drive. But they are obviously in a derby match. You can throw form out the window. We say it all the time.
Yeah, of
and
course.
Manchester United were favorites going into the game. I mean, I bet real money on them to win.
I bet them to win and to have both teams score. That would. Someone won. Someone scored. One Manchester United.
Yeah. I mean, it was pitiful. I've never seen so many people collectively just give up at once. It was bad. And then, I mean, it could have been worse. That being said, it could have been worse. Luke Shaw should have been sent off. Bruno at least twice.
Yep.
Bruno Fernandes should have been sent off at least twice. And De Gea was fucking Oprah. You get a brace. You get a brace. You get a brace. And one lucky audience member is going to get a comeback goal in front of the cup.
Yeah.
That he never gets.
Yeah, exactly.
When's the last time Firmino scored a fucking goal?
Fucking forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that was like the little sick kid at the end that would get the big check when everybody else was only given $10,000 on Ellen DeGeneres. You know what I mean?
Yep. So Gakpo with 2 brilliant goals. Nunez, honestly, opportunistic,
Yeah.
I would say for him.
I thought I'm surprised he wasn't under concussion protocol with the way Harvey Elliott smashed that cross in.
Spun that
Fucking hell.
But
of course, Nunez is so dense.
I mean, Salah's goal his first goal was just like, oh shit, look at that, it's on my foot. Wow, look, it's in the back of the net. How about that?
You know what? Yeah, it's
I'm
one of those.
completely out of the play. Oh wait, ball, woo, goal.
I think it was Nunez. Maybe it was Jota actually. That had the wherewithal to just smack the ball against the Manchester United defender.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was, but that's what put it back into the middle.
Yeah.
It was like he was playing wall ball with the back of his leg.
Like old school indoor. When they used to have the hockey walls.
Yeah. It was
All right,
awesome.
take it off the fucking wall. We'll be all right.
It was awesome. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe. Also, you're the fucking captain of Manchester United, and you're demanding to be substituted, and there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes shouldn't play for the rest of the season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
That was bad. And
I mean, they let Ronaldo walk off and nothing happened to him. Why do you think they care about anything?
But also
Nothing happened.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the desert now.
Well, no.
Playing
he's
in a D League.
He's in a superior place making good cash or whatever bullshit he tried to say.
Stat patter.
making sure Saudi Arabia gets the next World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But
Some of that sweet, sweet oil money.
you know how that rolls.
I don't. Newcastle does, though.
They definitely do.
Chelsea used to. Now they just have American slumlord money.
We can't even use that shit right.
Spot on.
Brilliant.
So Salah scores the second goal and becomes the all-time Premier League goal scorer for Liverpool.
So the all-time goal scorer since 1992.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But
Love that.
I hate Liverpool. I fucking hate Liverpool.
Same here.
It is impossible not to feel okay and like Mo Salah.
Yeah,
and to go
absolutely.
And to go, yeah, if anybody fucking deserves it. Yeah, he dives, but every fucking player dives. Like, he's the one that, unfortunately, gets called out on some racist shit by your all's fans about his religion, scores a goal, and meditates in front of them. Doesn't do any, just always...
To be fair, we did do him wrong when he was with us. So
But Jose Mourinho called him out for crying in the dressing room.
It was definitely warranted.
It was a different time back then.
Yeah.
It was a different time. Oh my God, David can't say nothing no more.
And then you see his reaction. He rips off the shirt. He's genuinely
jacked as fuck.
And he's happy as shit. Yeah, it's always funny because he's got kind of the poofy mess up
and he
hair.
doesn't
You're
seem like he's not very physical.
Not supposed
all that.
to have an 8-pack.
No, that
What?
dude's fucking jacked.
You're expected to have a little bit of a pudge, a little dad bod going on.
Nah, he is the fucking pharaoh, my
1%
friend.
of fat on him right now.
Yeah, none.
The fucking pharaoh. Look at that dude.
And also to boot is you listen to him after the match in the interview, and he flat out says, yes, that has been on my mind. Yes, that is absolutely something I wanted to do. Yes, breaking it, I'm so happy and I'm so proud. Like you don't normally, it's like, well, I remember the people behind me. It's just kind of refreshing to hear somebody go, yeah, I wanted to be the all-time fucking scoring record. Yeah, I want to be the fucking legend at this club.
Yeah.
I want to be the one. Oh, and by the way, that guy didn't win a fucking title. I did. I'm the fucking man. Like, it was just, and he didn't do
but
it in
it still fell flat for me.
but it wasn't in an arrogant way. It was just like,
But it still fell flat for me because the reporter was like, "What are you going to do now?" And he was like, "I'll just go home. I'll talk to my family. We'll have dinner, and then I'll just pick my favorite tea and enjoy some television." I was like, "Come on, go get a beer, man. Go get a fucking pint."
be like, I'm going home. Wife sucking my dick.
That's what I'm saying. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm spraying it all over the red half of Merseyside. Yeah. Good God, do something fun.
And you know what's
What are
funny?
you on about?
Is that wasn't the only historic thing that happened. That became the largest Premier League defeat Manchester United had ever seen.
They haven't lost that bad in over 90 years.
Oh, no. That was just in the Premier League. When Bobby scored,
Oh, that's right,
then
yeah.
it became the first
You're
time
right.
in 90 years.
It hadn't gotten that bad yet. You're
I
right.
mean, what
It was bad. Wait, it's going to get worse.
what a roller coaster ride to go from winning a cup to that. I mean, it's called How to Lose Your Dignity in 6 Days.
Oh, fucking brilliant.
They also did play a brand of football that I imagine Sarah Michelle Gellar would have played.
Yeah, what's that?
Manchester United. No,
Yeah.
just that's how I imagined she would play football.
Oh, heard. Very good.
Poorly. She was in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, right?
No, it wasn't.
Fuck!
Kate.
At least I knew
It was-
the reference.
It was Kate Hudson.
At least I knew the reference. I got the actress wrong, but at least I knew the
you.
reference. What?
The chats wanted you to know that Salah has more yellow cards for ripping his shirt off against Man U than Man U has a goal with him on the pitch.
Yeah, saw that.
I saw that too.
Did you see what Firehawk put up in the old closed group?
No, I did not.
I saw it, which is why I always go on my phone right before we start to make sure the dank memes get talked about.
All right, heard. Got to talk about.
The temperature in Manchester today, 7 degrees. Somebody said even the weather's taking a piss.
Hey, resident young person, are we up on the lingo saying dank memes?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I would say so.
Just
Just don't say hashtag tank memes.
heard.
No, of course not. It's hashtag Bants.
I don't think that's over yet.
Hashtag.
There'll be a throwback to that hashtag in a little bit.
What, Bants?
Yeah.
Yeah. There will be.
There'll be. Oh yeah, I hear you.
We talk about how you cried over the one penalty you were given.
And fucking time we
I'm
actually
not
got
allowed
one.
to speak about the 16 that my team weren't. Motherfucker. Sam was fucking pissing me off all weekend.
Well, you
with
know
that.
that's how I roll. It's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to keep you grounded. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be there to let you put your head on my shoulder and cry when you don't win the league and City somehow
Stop.
figures it out.
Stop.
Now, I mean, we have to say Liverpool is absolutely back in the Champions League discussion, right?
100%. They're a game behind Tottenham with only 3 points. I'm sorry, by only 3 points with a game in hand.
Yeah, I mean,
So they're absolutely back in the
who
discussion.
who knows what the fuck's going to happen with Tottenham, and it feels like Newcastle's starting to fade. So,
Yeah, so I have a thing about that.
uh-huh.
Do we remember how Eddie Howe was with Bournemouth? Starting a blaze of glory, be shit midseason, and then they'd finish just in time to stay up.
Right, very good.
This is just an oil money version of that.
Okay.
We're being second place or third place for all season, or till Christmas, fall off, and then finish in fifth and go to the Europa League.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that
the
makes-
oil. That's the bougie version of what he was doing at Bournemouth. Same thing.
And what are you going to say about Manchester United next opponent, Southampton?
Oh, well, I was going to say to close this out, is for Manchester United fans, don't feel so bad because you're not Bournemouth or Southampton. You could have been 2 goals worse and 2 red cards down.
Both teams at the top get wins. Arsenal cruises with the game in hand, but the second win took a little bit more effort.
Show him that.
Arsenal 4, Everton 0, Manchester City 2, Newcastle 0, Arsenal 3, Bournemouth 2. That's great.
That's funny.
That's fucking fantastic. Manchester United uniform with the 7-Up logo on it. Fucking brilliant.
As a shirt sponsor. That's too good.
Arsenal, Everton had a couple of chances right at the beginning of the match. They played Arsenal really tight to the 40th minute, and then one mistake happened, and then another mistake happened. And
From a player you don't expect.
oh, yeah, that was shocking. I wonder if Gabriel was off, but it didn't matter. It was him being on or offside should have never mattered. Ghana should have passed the ball.
I think he was behind. I think he was behind the ball.
Yeah, he should have passed the ball back to the keeper.
Because if the ball's beyond the last defender, the ball becomes the offside line, and
Right.
he was behind the ball.
Yeah, which kept him on.
Exactly. And Arsenal did take a long time to get going, but when they finally did, they were sharp.
Yeah.
I can't believe. I mean, what was he doing? How much time did he want? If we didn't press him and take the ball off of him, he'd still be dribbling back towards his own goal.
Yeah,
right
well,
now.
just
4 days later,
he doesn't make that mistake very often.
I know.
And
That's what I'm saying. It's from him. It was wild. I think Sean Dyche will be quite disappointed actually with Jordan Pickford.
Yeah,
Got beat at his near post twice and nutmegged once. Oh, actually, you know what? He might actually be proud of him because that's proper championship form.
Thanks, appreciate it. I can tell you this: the halftime substitutions told you everything you needed to know. That Everton at that point were already looking on to the Forest match. That they knew there's no way we're coming back in this one. We're going to pull guys. We're going to rest guys because we're going to need the legs for Forest on Sunday.
Yeah,
you could absolutely tell that was the case, and frankly, it could have been a 9-0 because you guys had the chances. You had more than enough opportunities, and Everton was an utter and complete shambles. I mean, you pull off Idrissa Gueye and you put Mason Holgate in his place. Like, what are you gonna fucking expect? Like,
yeah, no doubt.
yeah, just fucking terrible. There's not much more to say about that. Honestly, we got more games to cover, and I'm gonna do my shot of Malort. It was touche to you. You know what? In the original DU derby, we both had to do a shot of fucking Malort this year. We're only one of 2 teams to shut you out, and we're one of 3 teams to beat you. So, eat a dick.
I'd rather have the trophy, so I'll take that all day. That's fine.
Wow.
You drank over a bottle this season, too, and it never gets better, does it?
No, not at all. Not at all. Keep fucking giggling. You're going to have to do one of these shots eventually, jackass.
You're right. I'm not gonna lie. You're actually absolutely right.
And what's going to be funny is he's going to have to do it when Everton beats them at Stamford Bridge because they can't score any fucking goals. It's going to be the back against the wall game, and we'll fucking win 1-0, and they'll just be going.
No, it's Dyche. He likes to win 3-0 there, remember?
Oh, that's right. There is a throwback. Solid win for City. I mean, they're staying in striking distance. This was a tough team that you drew 3-3 at the start of the season. Convincingly win. I
also think they had the benefit of Newcastle being down after the Carabao Cup final, actually. I think Newcastle were playing a little bit without confidence. They were playing within themselves.
Agreed.
Where before, when they played, they were quite expansive and everything else. So it was very comfortable for City. Goal right before or not actually 15 minutes in or whatever it was. And then Bruno's goal in the second half was
Bernardo. You meant Bernardo.
Bernardo, yeah.
Hey, right on.
Sorry, wrong Portuguese cunt back. The awareness and the speed of thought was fucking wild.
Well, and it was
to be able to pull that off.
And he just came on the pitch too.
Yeah.
Like there's something about him. I mean, I have a feeling he's probably going to move on because he's not getting the amount of playing time he wants. He'll probably, go to Spain and start and play as much as he wants. Where in this system,
let's talk of Bayern Munich too.
That wouldn't surprise me as well because particularly as a player gets a little older, you can go play in those leagues and it's not as physically daunting as the Premier League is. Just different styles of play, but he's that guy he's just fucking everywhere. And when you need something, oh, shocker, it's Bernardo Silva who did it.
Who popped up.
Yep. Every fucking time. Oh, need a goal. Oh, look, it was Bernardo. Need a hard tackle. Oh, look, it was Bernardo Silva.
He's definitely their Mr. Reliable for City for sure.
Yeah.
He can't get a fucking game now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
And then
it's crazy.
The last weekend to use him as a deep lying midfielder, like that was a deep lying playmaker. It was so strange from Pep.
They used him as a fucking center back at one point in that match. Like it was just
that
was the Villa match.
Pervert overthinking thing.
It was like
fucking.
Guess what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put Bernardo Silva, play him in the fucking back. He's gonna be the center of the center backs. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking weird, man. I don't know what. Nobody will see it coming.
We kind of hinted at it a little bit. Do we think that this is Newcastle fading, or do we think they're going to be all right?
I mean, they'll be fine because they have stellar defense.
Yeah.
Once Nick Pope was back, actually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be fine because their defense is so good, but they're having big time trouble scoring goals. I mean, they're playing like a mid-table team right now.
I think it's time Isaacs just starts regularly, and because
he needs a run of games
Yeah.
To get some confidence. And once he gets 2-3, I think the floodgates will start to open a little bit.
And I feel like Colin Wilson is more the guy that can come off the bench and score you.
Well,
a
you're
goal.
going to need that because Colin Wilson's hamstrings are like glass.
Right. So then you don't have to use them as much, and you use them in key points. And yeah, and it's Almiron slowed down. Maximon seemingly starting to come back into form, but he doesn't have a goal yet.
But the other problem is everything is so tight in that area of the league, in that space of the league. They could find themselves without European football.
Oh yeah, they could find themselves in ninth place easily.
That could be trouble for them, honestly,
now
because they can't score goals. There's going to be too many draws and too many 1-0 losses, I think.
And we'll get to it later when we get into Oso, but those other teams around them are also starting to falter a little bit too, So there's not every week, but there's a mistake from Brighton every few weeks. There's a mistake from
There wasn't
Fulham.
this weekend.
No.
And Smokey was so upset, he DM'd me. Just to, you ain't gonna get no love from me, bro.
He just needed to yell at somebody. Like fucking I was
like, you'll be fine.
Norton in Fight Club. Well, what was that all about? I wanted to destroy something beautiful.
Yeah. I was like, dude, don't worry about it. There's 3 teams worse than you. I said, Bournemouth are shit. Leicester are shit. They're sleepwalking to relegation. Leeds are pretty shit, but they got Gracia. Might be different. I said, it's Southampton or shit. I said, you'll be fine. No problem. He was like, yeah, but we also lose to those teams. I was like, oh, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, it doesn't work out very well now, does it? All right, so keeping it going. Horrid fucking start for the Gunners.
What the fuck was that?
9 fucking seconds, Graham.
It was terrible.
Is that the second fastest Premier League goal
Ever. Yeah.
Jesus.
It was terrible.
9 fucking seconds.
I was still getting a beer out of the fridge.
You're like, oh shit, we're down 1-0.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, what?
But the funny thing from that is, wasn't there like 2 players offside before the kick even came off, though?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
The 2 guys were over the line. That's also like,
Yeah, that's the least of my fucking grievances in this game with the officiating staff.
but also that would be called every fucking match if you decide and that's the way they so like every match somebody's already over the line before the ball's fucking kicked.
Yeah, but nobody scores 9 seconds in, so it's irrelevant.
Now there is a difference between what I text you and what I honestly believe. That was a handball.
Yeah, I know. You were needling the fuck out of me, and you just got under my skin.
Especially because you were down 1-0 at the time. It really
know.
worked well.
I was fucking mad.
And then it was even better when you were down 2-0 and I kept needling.
I'm going to admit, Houston was giving me the updates and giggling every time.
Because but Rob was pissed too.
I'm like, Houston, them losing's bad for Everton. He was,
I know.
I know. I'm conflicted.
But he started the group with me, him, and Rob.
Which, by the way, we got Rob watching on the Twitches.
Yeah, and me and Rob were livid. We're like, dude, fuck you, bro. Like, we were pissed. And then I kept it going on Sunday when all this shit was happening to you. I was like, oh, fucking soft, wasn't it? You don't deserve that, you fucking bitch.
Well, the refs would tell you we don't deserve any penalties because if you look at our body of work for the season, we don't deserve any penalties.
Rob resents that you were gaslighting the fuck out of them.
Actually, correction. I was gaslighting Rob's beard. He was just, triggered because his beard was being gaslit.
I was so pissed. I was like, I can't believe this motherfucker right now.
And then next thing you know, you're down fucking 2-0 at the start of the second half. Like
Two fouls. 2 players are being held on that corner as well.
The halftime talks normally from Arteta light an absolute fire under yours.
We finish games very well.
And normally it comes right out at halftime. And it was just then like 50th minute, you're like, how the fuck are they down 2-0 to fucking Bournemouth? Because it wasn't like Bournemouth did anything miraculous to fucking be there.
No, of course they didn't.
It was like a couple of opportunities and then boom. Now
it was absurd.
And then finally the nice thing I texted the boys, it was just like, okay, for reals now, this is affecting my relegation battle. I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and fucking win this thing. Would you just go ahead and start scoring goals? And Mr. Graham, please
Listen to this. We had 31 overall shots. 9 shots on target and 80.1% of the ball. It's not like we weren't fucking trying. But it's hard breaking down 11 people and then having the referee with an absolute fucking shit show. It was terrible. But Thomas Partey, as usual this season, has rescued us.
Yes.
And it was fucking awesome. Great goal. Ben White, first goal for the club. Fantastic fucking goal.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife, actually, by that point, was sitting
Maitland
next
Miles
to me.
with the
Maitland-Niles plays for
Reece
Southampton.
Nelson. Right.
Reece Nelson.
Reece Nelson with the
winner.
assist.
And
he had the assist to
I
Ben White as well.
almost need Cameron in the face. I didn't know she was next to me, and I turned. I was like, "He fucking scores!" And I start running towards the kitchen, and then I like bumped her at my hip, but I reacted fast enough and caught her before she hit the deck. It was bad. I was like, "He fucking scored! He fucking scored!" I was just going nuts. And then, so my mother watched the kids while we were at Chris Rock on Saturday, and Saturday night, Sunday morning. I was watching your game. I had it on TV, and I was cooking breakfast for everybody. And Cameron was standing next to me, and she goes, "Oh, does Cameron watch soccer with you every weekend?" And I was like, "Yeah, pretty much, because I'm up early anyway, and she's up 7:30 because she's a baby, and she's two years old and 4 months.
Okay.
So she's starting to like really talk and all that kind of stuff. And so she goes, yeah. My mother goes, "Cameron, do you like watching soccer with Daddy?" And she looks up at the TV and goes, "Oh fuck."
Yes!
I was like, damn it.
Raising that child right.
Wow, even Abby hasn't dropped the F-bomb
It was
yet.
terrible, yeah. Carly just busts out laughing. It was terrible. But yeah, no, it was...
Father of the fucking year over here.
No shit. It was... I said, no, those are daddy words. And of course, my mother was like, it shouldn't be anyone's words.
Of course. Yes.
Come on, Ma.
Rob wants to know, Graham, do you think Smith Rowe has a hard time getting back into the squad?
Yeah, definitely. But he's been out for so long. I don't think he was subbed because he subbed on when Trossard went down.
Right.
But I don't think he was subbed off because he was playing poorly or anything else. He provided the first assist.
Right.
But what he does have is a lack of match fitness. Right. And I think he was probably scheduled for just 30 minutes. Right. So they took him off. I think it was 41 minutes he actually played.
Right.
But he did have the halftime break in between that. So I don't think that was like a dig or any sort of issue with Smith Rowe or his performance.
Probably becomes your Europe guy.
Yeah, no, he will, and Reece Nelson will on the other side, I imagine. But it was fantastic. It was such a roller coaster of emotions. I would have been happy with the draw, but the way we were pushing, I was like, "Fucking come on, this is excellent."
And this is now the third time at the death you find winners.
Oh, yeah. And I've never seen a team start wasting time at 3 minutes on the clock. 3 minutes into the game, they started time wasting. Oh, I couldn't fucking believe it.
You didn't see last season when Everton played Liverpool and Jordan Pickford was already falling on the ground 2 minutes into the match. The one that we lost 2-0.
1-0, 2-0.
That at the end of the game, Allison got the ball, stopped, and then fell on the ground. And the cop got all excited about that. But, the cops had enough for the fucking week.
And Liverpool's just a likable team,
Oh, fuck you. We talk about the checklist. It's finding ways to win, and this is it. So, Mr. Graham, now even on games. So now it really does come down to how do you perform in these key matches. Like you've got Liverpool coming up. You have
at Anfield as well.
And while they're getting hot as well.
I felt really good until Sunday.
Yeah, you're just like, oh,
I was like,
shit.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm really hoping they come out and play like absolute dog shit next time.
Yeah.
That'd be great to see. So we'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, we're ahead of schedule on the project, so I'm not trying to get too excited about us winning the league. I definitely looked at flights the other day.
Rounding out the rest of the league, and so that happened. Liverpool 2, Wolverhampton 0, Wolverhampton 1, Tottenham 0, Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 1, Leeds 0, Southampton 1, Leicester 0. I'm detecting a theme. Oh, wait. Brighton 4, West Ham 0, Everton 2, Nottingham Forest 2, Brentford 3, Fulham 2. These first couple, let's be quick on because there's not a ton to really talk about. Quick work for the Reds. Expected loss for the Wolves. You're going to Anfield. Liverpool's starting to get it together. Honestly, they're probably looking ahead to the weekend, and the weekend proved to be fruitful for them.
I mean, what they did do is they kept Liverpool out for like 65 minutes, which is just another step of, hey, we're fucking organized again.
Right.
They're doing well.
When we play Villa or Palace or Everton, we can do this and keep them out of the net.
Out of the net, which is important. Yeah, I mean, and my grandmother keep y'all out of the net.
Yeah, no shit. Fuck you, we scored 2. For the second time this season. The other time was 3, but, let me have these things, goddammit.
Hold on, who scored y'all's goals? Because I got a fun stat, and this sounds like the best time to bring it up.
Damari Gray and Decore.
With that goal from Damari Gray, because it was Damari Gray, finally unseated Anthony Gordon as your leading scorer for the season. He ain't played for y'all for about 45 days.
Woohoo!
He had 3 goals, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Damari now got 4. Not
So
what you
good.
want from your leading goal scorer.
It was very straightforward, like I said. Van Dijk got the opener. Nice cross from Diogo Jota. And then Tsimikas with a fantastic 1-2 with Gakpo, who's in blinding fucking form.
Yeah.
Put in another excellent ball. And then waited, just kind of dropped the shoulder a little bit, delayed the pass, let the defenders move, opened up the passing lane to cut it back to Salah, who finished very, very well. Just one of those it was a professional job. You know what I mean? That was just one of those sort of games. Nothing spectacular, nothing really to write home about. Ruben Neves can count himself the unluckiest fucking player in that stadium. How many times can you hit the ball so cleanly and it not go in the back of the fucking net?
I know. Fuck.
Jeez. And I thought Jose Sa played a fantastic game as well. It was just unfortunate for those 2 goals.
And not a clean and professional job would be what we call what Tottenham did, which was we're just going to hit the post the entire time and not fucking score. And here's the funny thing too, is there were opportunities for Wolves as well. And you look at how this game ended on kind of like,
Sa had an excellent game here as well.
It was acrobatic what Traore did to put the ball in the net, but it was totally haphazard. It was just like, oh, quick, swing my legs. Oh, shit. Upper 90s. Woo!
I
We
know.
won.
So you know why Spurs passed on him, right? Because they wanted to sign him. It meets every other metric that they wanted, but they passed on him because he can't score goals. And of course, in the most Spursy way of Spurs, he's the one that gets the winner.
Oh, yeah.
He slipped through
Trust
with
me.
his baby oil arms.
Trust me, on Sunday when I was at Across the Pond watching the Everton match with Forest and Andre Ayew came on, I went, oh, yeah, that fucker's going to score the winner on us because we were talking about signing him for a free and he turned us down and went to Forest. That's going to happen. And I was just happy that it didn't. I was just like, thank God that didn't happen.
You know, he left Saudi Arabia. Wasn't he in Saudi Arabia or China?
Yeah,
he was in Saudi Arabia, right?
Arabia.
Think about how Forests need to be looked at. Their finances. I don't know if fucking alien Steve Cooper's got some sort of weird plutonium from the asteroid he passed on the way down here to this planet. But they're paying people with some dirty ass money. Has to be. Because if you have enough money to coax a player out of Saudi Arabia, Jesus Christ.
We'll get to the next game in a second, but you know who Forrest's shirt sponsor is going to be next year, right?
Not next year, I don't know.
They're gonna pull
The moon.
they're gonna pull a Ricky Bobby.
Steve Cooper's place of origin.
They're gonna pull a Ricky Bobby, and it's gonna say me on the front of their jersey.
Yeah.
Fuck it up.
Yeah.
So riddle me this one: Palace somehow score 2 goals, lose 1-0, and there's as many sending offs 1 as there were as total shots on goal 1.
It was
fine.
No, Villa had a shot on target.
1.
But they didn't score the goal.
No, exactly. It was Palace scores a goal, gets called offsides. Then Palace scores an own goal, 1-0. And then in the second half, there's finally 1 shot on goal between both sides. 1 shot on goal
It was fucking
by
pitiful.
Villa, and Decore gets sent off.
It was
Fine.
fucking
It's all
pitiful.
fine. All this sounds fine. Move on.
Decore was, I think, a symptom of being young and frustrated in the way the game was going. Because both tackles were just shit I would do if y'all weren't playing how I wanted you to play.
Right.
And I needed you to step your game up. I'd hit somebody, get yellowed at Soccer Dome, which meant I had to fucking sub out. And I would yell at you all the whole time I was walking off the field. I was
Start tackling motherfuckers.
Yeah. I was like, fucking follow your guy. And I wouldn't have to do this kind of shit.
Say it with an autogram.
Fucking do your job. And so, but that's what I was doing. You know, it's just smacked of somebody who was really frustrated and trying too hard. It was just over the top with it, and there was no need to do what he did, especially the second one. That was ridiculous how late he was on that. I kicked him in the knee.
I'm a supportive husband, so we're sitting in the living room, and on the big screen is her match, if that's what we want to call it. And there I was with my
Goals
tablet.
were scored and we won.
My tablet sitting on my chest, watching your game because it was far more interesting at the same time.
You know the issue, like with Joachim Anderson. I mean, that was a schoolboy mistake. That's one of those. You remember, essentially, all the Hispanic goalkeepers at Soccerdome that would die for no reason because they thought they were going to make an ESPN highlight playing Division II indoor in Jessup, Maryland.
Right, precisely.
It was like, why are you going to ground right now? Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
Just want to look fancy.
There's no point.
Yeah,
he was perfectly fine.
Right.
He was in position to make the play.
He didn't have to go down. Just kick the ball
At
away.
all. Just kick the ball.
I'm going to slide.
Just kick the ball. That's all you got to do.
Got to look hot for the bitches.
It was terrible. Got to look out for the bitches. Is that where we're going?
Look at me, ladies. Oh, shit. Went in back in the net.
Hey, I scored. If only we could get Harry Maguire to point at it with the caption, "Don't do this."
Still.
Or, no, you know it's Harry Maguire. Proper defending. That would be the caption.
They dominate possession. They dominate the game. And yet somehow, how is a 1-0 win for Chelsea still not convincing?
It was because it was a terrible fucking game. Sorry, buddy.
No, you're absolutely right. I had to watch it all over again. I'm just like, what the fuck did I just witness?
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's like Graham Potter is a project coach, a project manager, right?
Absolutely.
He needs something to build. He makes players better, supposedly. Why are players making worse decisions since he's been there?
It's because he keep playing the same position, same players over and over again. Why are we still playing Kai Havertz at the top when he's clearly not finishing the scores or finishing at any of the chances that we give him? Like, we can clearly put Fofana up top, or
but again, he should have passed the ball to Sterling. He should have squared that ball to Sterling.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. There was.
It's just what decision making process do you go through? Like, I know you're a striker and I know you're fucking selfish, but what are you doing? That's terrible. That's the offensive version of what Joachim Anderson did at the back. It's like, what the fuck is going through your head? It's stupid.
So, how do you feel as a Chelsea supporter? You know, I got to assume there's encouragement for the money that was spent, but how smartly was it spent? Do you have faith in your manager? Do you have faith that there's a team with the 827,000 players you've bought? Like, what goes through your brain as a supporter of this club?
So, as a diehard Chelsea fan, it's so...
He couldn't even say it with a straight face.
No, seriously. It is so disappointing to see the amount of bullshit we've been through for the past, not even year, maybe like 8 months or something like that. So, like, to see Todd Bowley come in, do his thing of, like, pretty much buy the club, spend all his fucking money on it, and just buy everyone who's like a high prospect on FIFA or some shit like that, basically.
Essentially.
Hey, but wait, he's an idea man. There's going to be an all-star game.
Oh, my God. But still.
You know what it smacks of? It smacks of he phones his son and goes, send me the YouTube highlight packages for every player in Europe.
Exactly.
And that's all he's signing people
The
on.
only two players I feel like that have actually proven that actually fit within our system is João Felix and Enzo. Like, they definitely are quality Premier League players, especially
And João's
Enzo.
alone.
Exactly.
But even Enzo, nobody knew who Enzo Fernandez was before the World Cup. No one gave a fuck.
I think he just signed with Benfica before all that happened too.
But he spent $110 million on him.
Todd Bowley
Why?
said, young player, I want him now. Give it to me.
It's ridiculous.
It's the Dodger in them. That's what the Dodgers do in MLB.
Here we go with this bias.
Yeah, I'm a San Francisco Giants fan, but it's what they do. They just go, oh, we want, buy them. Just I'll spend whatever money we need to spend.
Right.
Buy them, and they buy everyone.
Like, I genuinely don't think we needed to buy maybe 3 or 4 of the players that we got.
Anyone, because you have 73 players on loan.
And
you don't need any of them.
That's another thing. And I still feel like the whole Hakim Ziyech loan deal that was supposed to go to PSG was definitely sabotaged because there's no reason why we wouldn't keep him and then not play him at all for that exact reason, except for the last week that we played. But other than that, like, still, why are we keeping all these players when you know you're not going to play any of them? We haven't seen Aubameyang since like September or something like that.
And you're going to need to make money at some point. You'll need to make money, or financial fair play is going to come back bite you in the ass.
And we can't even get the win to make that money.
Right.
Again.
Do you think there's any chance of you guys sneaking a backdoor into Europe at all this year?
No. I'm 100% certain that the highest we can get is maybe the closest to Europe we'll get is maybe conference. That's it. But not even Europa.
Maybe 7th place.
The McRib.
At most.
Yeah.
The McRib trophy.
Yeah, we jokingly call the Conference League the McRib Cup. Just because we couldn't remember the name of it, and just I think it was me who just went, "Fuck it, the McRib Cup."
Yeah,
but seriously, like even if we go like a string of wins throughout the rest of the season, I don't feel like we're gonna meet the Europe standards of like getting at least fifth or maybe even reaching Champions League.
No way, because you need the other teams at the same time to collapse. And I don't think any of them will. Yeah,
because like even when you mentioned about Newcastle about how there might be faltering, I still think they have a chance of staying in Europe.
No, 100%. They just need to score goals.
Exactly.
Because the problem is Tottenham somehow are magically in 4th place. I still can't figure out how the fuck they did that.
And still won't win a trophy no matter what, though.
Of course not.
And a couple of the teams that we're about to come on to, like Brighton, is still finding ways to win.
That's what I'm saying. Fulham are still thereabouts, even despite the result today.
And here's one. Brentford hasn't lost since November.
They're about to lose big time.
Yeah, but Brentford...
Tony's about to get suspended.
Yeah, well, hopefully he gets suspended this week.
Seriously, they've been
for the trip
that,
to Goodison.
They've been
I would
holding
like
that
that
for like months now. They just need to do it now.
The funniest...
I would love them to do that right now because they come to Goodison next. That would be fantastic. Suspend him right now.
The funniest meme I saw over the weekend was on the suspension thing was like... it had Ivan Toney celebrating was the picture, and it was like Ivan Toney may or may not be available because the suspension may start for Brentford's 1-1 draw with Fulham on Monday. It was like just insider information at the end. It's very funny.
Yeah. Not 1-1.
It wasn't, but no. But the caption of the meme was funny because it with the betting issues. It was great.
So James Ward-Prowse apparently is the best set piece taker there is, except for on penalties.
Except for 12 yards away with no one in front of him.
He's missed 2 of them already this season.
What's weird about it is if you back him up 9 yards and put obstacles in the way, he's better at doing it than just what should be an automatic goal.
It's like, oh, wait, it's like he's playing mini golf. Okay, so I got to put it through the loop-de-loop around the dog coin, and then it goes into the cup.
How
perfect.
bad...
Got you. 2-foot putt. We're going to fuck this right off.
Do you remember that Michael Jordan and Mia Hamm commercial, Anything You Can Do, I Could Do Better? And they were doing like trick shots with the basketball and then a football. That's this.
Yeah.
James Ward-Prowse, if he's not involved in that commercial-esque of a free kick, it's not worth it.
For fuck's sake.
It's too easy.
You make Dougie.
That's what I'm saying. That's the other problem. If you make Doug look good, you done fucked up. I don't get it. He's the worst keeper in the Premier League, easily.
Yeah, we've just decided his name's Doug. We know it's Danny Ward, but we just call him Doug.
I hate his face. I don't like him.
Dougie gonna Doug. That's all.
He's got a stupid little scraggly beard. I don't like it. I don't like him. And he's bad at his job.
And his kit's 2 sizes too big for him. Remember, that was early on in the season.
Those first 3, they finally got the fucking Club Taylor back because originally it looked like he was wearing his big brother's pants. Terrible.
But a huge win for Southampton at the end of the day. That goal was a beaut.
Alcaraz got their manager out of Alcatraz. You like that? You like that? Yeah.
You know, the one thing I know for me, you with the dad jokes, is that our resident young person will consider you a boomer before he considers me a boomer.
I know. He'll consider you fucking... I'm surprised he hasn't asked you if you fought in World War II yet.
I mean,
you old fuck.
Go back to... go back to a little Will Smith reference, Men in Black. Young, fresh, old busted.
Like, man, I didn't realize the first time we went to France, you got off a boat with a gun. Terrible. Yeah, it's a great win for Southampton. It was a great goal from Alcaraz. Perfect ball from Che Adams. I mean,
Yes.
the awareness there was brilliant.
Great little flick on.
And then he won't do anything for the next 6 weeks.
No,
Guaranteed fucking team.
No. Here's the thing that's worth mentioning.
I still like Bazunu. I think Bazunu's going somewhere.
I loved it in fantasy. Not that it helped because I got my ass whooped and my team still sucks. But
We're done talking about Everton.
Fabianski gets hurt. I don't know who it was. Somebody just dropped Basuno. I was like, oh, waiver wire. I now got another starting keeper. And he got a shutout. Bazinga!
No, it's Bazunu.
Is that Basuno? Oh, brilliant. Here's the thing that's worth mentioning. And Palace has fallen into it now. 12th place to 20th place is divided by 6 fucking points.
Yeah.
2 fucking games. A couple of fucking 6-pointers, man. It has gotten real tight real quick. And each week, the one thing I think we've learned is each week we think we have it figured out. We don't. We go, Bournemouth and Southampton are already dead men walking. No, they're not. Fucking Southampton gets a win. Bournemouth fucking takes the league leaders fucking 2-0 the bulk of the fucking game. Like, you're just like, what the actual fuck? And then you see, somebody like, yes, that was a perfect pour, Mr. Graham. Very, very well done.
Look at the color and consistency.
Well, it's an out of order. They're always fucked up like that. We're talking about the beers we're going to be drinking. And Mr. Graham, how do you find out about the beers we're going to be drinking?
That's really easy, actually. It's patreon.com/Do Football Show.
Tell you what, we may be old, but we can whore like a motherfucker.
Hey, Mel, careful.
Beer smoothie.
Make sure this doesn't go in your eye. 'Cause it looks like a certain substance that I've heard is fun, except for when it's in the eye.
Wrong show.
Sorry. Is my mom still watching, by the way?
No, but Cleek is, and he's sad that he joined after the pro Arsenal agenda.
Oh, we can do it again. No problem. Just hit the ice cubes. I'll do it right now. We're so fucking good. It's insane how good we are. What an emotional roller coaster, Sam. I can't believe it. The last kick of the game.
So, like I said, 12th to fucking 20th, divided by 6 fucking points. And you know what doesn't help you? An embarrassment of a fucking loss. As West Ham fucking got dismantled.
I was like, we already talked about United also.
Yeah. Got dismantled by Brighton. Brighton scored How the fuck does the tallest fucking player on the field in Veltman get to chest a ball into the net on the weak post and no one's within 5 fucking feet of him? Like, how?
Do you remember Keegan and Richard that used to play soccer with us indoor that I played in high school with?
Yep, I do.
Richard, I think it was Richard, one time cock slapped the ball into the goal. And we thought it was the funniest thing that's ever happened. Because it just kind of fell there and he literally thrust it back and went in the back of the net. He was on the goal line. This was funnier than that. This was funnier than that. I don't know what West Ham were doing here. Brighton, after a couple of kind of off days, look right back at it. Matoma's back on the score sheet.
He scored an easy tap-in on the back post that no one was fucking covering.
Yeah, West Ham just looks so distraught and disoriented sometimes. It's really weird.
Moyes cleared it all up. They played a game in the middle of the week and they were a little tired. So, not like anybody else doesn't play multiple games in a week. But, that explained it all. It's okay. Don't worry. Ferryman's got it all covered. You know what Brighton's...
He's going to ferry them right down to relegation.
You know what Brighton had to say to West Ham, right?
Making my way downtown, walking fast. I'm a seagull, go fuck yourself.
Love it.
4 different goal scorers. Danny Welbeck again making his, hey, once every month.
I'm still here, motherfucker.
I'm going to put one in the back of the net. Look at me. Get that payday, motherfuckers.
Ironically, looks like a tall Brandon Scott.
Yeah, now we know why Carly gets everybody confused. It's very simple. Tall, short, they look alike. They're just that thing, man. It's terrible. Hey, it was Carly who did it.
For once, you can't blame Whitey, all right?
We're all shocked it wasn't the bald white guy.
It's only been 2,000 years, but finally we can't blame Whitey for this one.
Toffees give away two
Fuck's sake.
separate leads. But honestly, listening to a lot of like Toffee Nation, it's like, you know,
thing.
It just Everton supporters, fuck off. Just look, I'm telling you, I try not to talk 20 minutes about Everton like you talk about Arsenal.
Why
try to
would
give
you? You're fucking 19.
Try to take the pulse of what's going on with my club and what people are thinking.
Take the pulse and ask the hard-hitting question.
No, no.
Fuck off.
Hard-hitting question would be, why the fuck did you lose to us 1-0 at Goodison, bitch?
Sean Dyche effect. That's solely what it is.
But ultimately, you could tell people are upset thinking like, oh, we should have came away with 3 points at that. And it's like, and everybody would just kind of throw away, well, yeah, I mean, we get it. They've only lost one game at home this year. They've only lost one since September. Like, you know, but we should have gotten all 3. A point's fucking good. In that building this season, a point is fucking good.
No, big time.
And look at the positives. We scored more than one fucking goal. It's a Christmas fucking miracle. Like,
yeah, no shit.
Like, there was some good attack. There was a few mistakes. We can look at those few mistakes, but that's why do you get a guy like Sean Dyche? Because he'll take a game like that, and you know what's not going to happen again? Those mistakes aren't going to happen again. Like,
I don't know. Pickford's good for it. Pickford's good for it with his little T-Rex arms.
But what's not going to happen? What's not going to happen is Brendan Johnson,
a big keeper,
a player like Brendan Johnson, is not going to be open on the back post to tap in a fucking goal.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. What's not going to happen again is a player like Brendan Johnson is not going to walk into the center of the box and have 4 yards to 5 yards of separation. That's going to get fixed on the training pitch. That's going to get fixed. So it's like, take the fucking point. This is what, like, right now, what Everton needs to do, and as close as this fucking, you know, this relegation battle is
well, you're
get
tied
the
on
points when you can fucking get them.
You're tied on points with teams that are safe.
Right.
That's the key. So every point, I told you this before, if there were 19 draws between when he took over and the end of the season, if there were 19 draws, you'd stay up.
It's enough to fucking keep you up. Yep. And that's exactly what they have to
do. And
do.
Honestly, it's probably enough to put you in like 11.
Yeah, Jesus, with the way it's
those
going
fuckers
right now.
are going to fall down big time.
Fuck out of here.
Hey, look, it's only a matter of time before Villa passes you. It's, you know, you're all even on points. It's only a matter of time.
Just depends if the other team's willing to score for us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, as long as they score for you, everything will be a-okay.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
I saw a hashtag the other day in relationship to Villa. It was like, let Emmy hump again. Those new FIFA rules they're talking about stopping keeper shithousery.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the Bees finally returned the favor at home with a 3-2 win against Fulham. Here's the one problem is that the second goal that was scored by Ivan Toney, he shouldn't have been on the fucking pitch.
No. He should have been in the naughty bin.
He came in
with
on a hard tackle. And I'll tell you what, if Fulham fans could bitch about this one, because I'm sorry, the last time I checked, when you cleat someone in the face and leave a bloody mark, a gash in their cheek, normally against the code of conduct. I mean, call me crazy, right? You know? I mean, and it's a couple, it's a derby. Like, you would think there would have been, like, normally if ever a ref loves to come out with the fucking cards, it's in a fucking derby, right? Like, oh, they already know this is a tense situation.
But it's Fulham.
That's true.
They're so polite. There's no reason to bring the cards.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he escaped without one. The ref didn't even have it. I'm Fulham and Brentford, no problem. What you worried about?
Now, I will say this was...
What the referee did do was hide his bet slips. He hid his phone.
It's
terrible.
Here's the thing about Toney, though, is, again, I think he should have been sent off, but when he did step up to take the penalty, Leno knew the way he was going. Toney didn't hit it perfect in the lower 90s like he normally does. It was in a little, still fucking scored. Because the man is
He's the best penalty taker.
Hands down.
You know what Southampton need? You don't even have to change the kit. You just put a little tape over the badge. It's fine.
You know, just tap.
What you worried about?
Tap James Ward-Prowse on the shoulder and go, look, I bet everybody that I could do better than you with the penalty.
That's good.
But honestly,
You know what the Paddy Power should do? The Paddy Power in the middle of Southampton should offer Ivan Toney free bets for the rest of his life if he signs for Southampton Football Club. That's what should happen. Fantastic.
But
Or
honestly, this
transfer
was
sponsored by Betway.
This was more Brentford the entire match. The second goal from Fulham was honestly it was in
The 90th plus 9, apparently.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
looking here. I was working, obviously. I didn't see any of this. Brentford, though, 36% possession, so just about a third of the ball, little over. More shots on target, more shots.
Yeah, they
Total.
were ruthless. They were ruthless.
They
I mean,
were
it was-
fucking efficient. And
And-
Fulham, not like them this season. They've been pretty fucking
I was surprised. yeah.
cohesive, organized defensively. Paulinho, I'm sure, still put in 1,500 tackles because that's the guy loves it.
Little bit of a little bit of a slip for them, and then they also play Arsenal next weekend as well. So we might start to see them slide back a little bit more. As far as I think you're looking at Brentford, Brighton, and Fulham are all sitting there somewhere between 9th and 7th. And who is that gonna be, right? Like I think those three teams are kind of interchangeable now at this point, and it just comes down to how they perform against each other, really.
Yeah.
But we love shithousery.
Of course we love shithousery.
Ivan Toney, I think, knowing that he probably shouldn't have been on the pitch, scores his penalty in front of the Brentford faithful, just like he did when he was at Fulham. He did the Mitro with the little shake to the ear,
A little shake of the call me
but
thing.
not the big one. It was just like
Just a little one.
with a little bit of a coy look of like, I know I shouldn't be here, but I'm still gonna take a piss.
Sure money.
All right. Sure Money. This is the segment in which we do bets to better inform you about how you should bet. And in that vein, I want you to know that I'm down $2,500 motherfucking dollars.
Still haven't
I've
won.
lost 2.5 stacks.
You still have yet to hit a bet this
Yet
season.
to hit a bet, but I got a surefire thing happening here today.
Oh, of
Tell
course.
you
it was.
what.
I guarantee you.
I
What
tell you
annoys
what.
the piss out of me is that like I actually make like a sensible bet, right? Now, not knowing now what the score was, my bet I took was Manchester United to beat Liverpool and for both teams to score.
Yeah.
Seems like a reasonable bet, right?
Especially on form at the time.
Right.
And then this is what happens. But I will say for my couple losers, I put down, I'm okay with losing this bet for the week for #bans. Just for you, Mr. Graham. I gave you a little
Thank you.
#bans
And
reference.
I did start that, by the way. I did that.
Yeah, because you're the young and fresh,
Look,
apparently.
it's on a pillow.
Yeah, exactly. I see that.
That your mom made.
Golf.
It's a pillow that you can lay your head down on and sob when you don't win the league this year.
Not funny.
One would debate the pillow says, in fact, it is.
Boo.
Um,
What whack ass shit are you doing this
so
week?
allow me to say, there were goals, and somebody won. Neither was done by United. So I am now down $1,668.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
We like math here, and I just want to let you know that 8.69562% of the time, it works 100% of the time. All right. I just need a winner. And so this is definitely going to fuck off.
City to win.
Liverpool to win and over a total. So Bournemouth can score
Combined.
2
They
of
won't.
3.5 goals. So there's got to be 4 goals. Liverpool wins and 4 goals. So 1-0, here we come.
Minus 150.
No, plus 214.
Oh, there you go.
I just need something, anything. I mean, it's 2 more better than you've done, but I still need
Don't worry about me.
something.
I've won every betting segment we've done on this show.
No,
I still have time.
no.
Yes.
I won 2 of the years.
I don't think so. 2.
4 years. You won 2. I've won 2.
Oh, yeah, Pat didn't do anything, did he?
But Pat's been on the show, but he's beat us both before. The chicken always fucking beats us.
No, I know. I'm talking about overall for the season.
Yes.
Pat's never won.
No, I think he has won.
No, this is the 5th year.
Yeah, but he's been in for 2 years now.
Yeah, but if we're 2-2, me and you.
well, I just rate you and I against each other.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He isn't important.
Oh, he's important.
Wow.
Stop it.
Whoa. Jeez.
Graham said that, by the way. Graham said that.
No, I was speaking in your voice.
No, you speaking in your own voice.
Anyway, speaking of Pat, here he is.
And now, it's time for our degenerate gambling friend Pat's Pick of the Week.
You keep Pat's name out your mouth.
What's he going to do, slap me?
Yes.
I mean, you are significantly bigger than me.
I'm Muhammad Ali.
I mean,
you're fucking
I just played Pookie. Fuck.
Yeah, I won last year with $0.
We were both down?
Yeah, because we were both down.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I
I was up to like $1,700, and I pissed that all away to end the season with $0.
Nice.
And the chicken beat us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like usual. So how'd you fare last week?
Winner chicken dinner. Yes, sir. Yes, I am down to $781 now. My three hit Manchester City on Saturday, and I actually hit in real life too. I won about 350.
Nice.
There you go.
Good on you.
Was that on football or was that on college basketball?
No, those are on the 3 parlays, but no, it's $3.50.
Oh. Motherfucker. All right, cool. So what you got this week, bub?
Pat is jokes.
I'm going to do another favorite parlay. I am going to take Tottenham over Forest, Man City over Palace, Manchester United over Southampton, and Liverpool over Bournemouth on a $219 bet that will pay $595.
Not a bad bet.
I thought Pat wasn't supposed to bet Tottenham.
Yeah, he does.
No, it's Chelsea.
It's Chelsea that
that's
fucks him over.
right.
Chelsea does do the opposite.
And I was
of-
thinking about taking
fucking over
Chelsea, but
I'm sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks.
yeah.
man.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Sammy, just real quick.
We didn't answer, but that was brilliant.
That's good.
That's the minute we heard him say it was like neither one of
Fuck
us said a word.
you,
We were
yeah.
like, go ahead, hang up, go for it.
'Cause I knew, I smelled what he was stepping in.
Right now, he is grinning ear to ear in his
Oh,
basement.
he's fist bumping and mule kicking on his couch right now. He's just like, I got those fuckers.
Yeah.
Check for the congratulatory text he's probably sending.
Surprised it's not a video of him wanking. I got him. Fuck off. All right. Again, I lost again. So my cup of losers is who gives a shit? Just pass me another 99 grape, please. Anyway.
Hey, Sam. First you buy the bucket, then you fill the bucket with ice,
Party.
and then you party.
Party. Those are the instructions on the 99 party bucket.
I like it.
It's good. Good set of standards to live by.
I fucking
Right
love
before you punch your wife across the face. All right, so I have a 5-way parlay to get myself out of the fucking doldrums. It's going to pay me, because it's going to hit, a plus 905 on a $100 bet. That is United over Southampton, City over Palace, Brighton over Leeds. Nope, because Leeds can't play 2 teams, can they?
No, they can't.
Only if it's Brighton and Helvovian.
That's right.
Only Klopp's allowed to use that excuse.
No, well done. That's pretty good. Yeah, so Brighton's going to beat Leeds, and Chelsea's going to beat Leicester, is what I was trying to say. And then Liverpool's going to beat Bournemouth.
There we go.
And I'm going to win 905 U.S. American dollars.
How about that?
Yep. It's going to be good. I'm going to just about half my deficit and go on to cruise the rest of the season and win this.
Except for you're going to fuck it off.
I won't.
You know?
Because once I go ahead of you all, I'm going to just pick City to win.
Okay.
Or Arsenal to win every weekend.
Got it.
So it'll be fine. I'll make $4 at a time because y'all are going to suck. And I'll tank the segment just so I can win.
You know what? You know what's
It's
consistent?
completely fine.
You know what's consistent about this segment? The fucking chicken.
Well, Kitty finally got a win, and
How about
she
that?
sits at 11 and 13. Now, Kitty, she's still away, hiding away from the bookies, but she texted me her bet this week. because she always brings her iPhone with her wherever she travels.
Yes, the chicken has an iPhone and she travels all over the world. In case you didn't know,
she's figured out how to turn the tracking off, so I legit have no idea
her
where
wing,
she's at.
like the phone is sensitive to her wing on the swipe.
Don't pretend like you don't know how it happens.
Okay.
Now, she's taking a pair of. Oh,
What's that supposed
Pat,
to mean?
I just got a text from Pat. Did I finally get him? We're just gonna tell him yes.
Yeah,
No.
let him win and live in victory. It's a good place for him to be.
So I looked at her text, and
He's got a lot less fireball to take off a truck, so he needs just, let him have a W.
She's taking a pair of games: Man City to beat Palace, and Man U to beat Southampton.
Yep.
All right. Well, she wants those as separate bets so she can get back to 500.
All right.
And she did also text me to remind you blokes to please always gamble legally and responsibly.
Championship corner!
I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh no!
Thank you, Whiskey Dick.
So it's obviously not a secret that Sam writes the kitty the chicken bit.
Right.
What?
What are you talking about?
You know
She has a
those two
ghostwriter.
separate
It's
bets.
a real chicken, though. And she's really real.
If she's 11 for 13, right, and she wins both her bets.
Yep.
Oh, she's hit 11 out of 13,
No,
or is that she's won 11 and lost 13?
13.
Okay, never mind. That's
Yeah.
fine then. That's fine then. It just hit me.
Yeah. Math's fun.
I was gonna make fun of you.
Are you saying the chicken's smarter than Graham?
Yeah,
No.
no. Graham's very smart. He's an incredibly intelligent man. He talks about it all
Damn,
the time.
100%.
One would say he likes to profess that he's a high quality male.
We'll just keep talking so we can catch up with the
Well,
championship
we
corner.
are men. Is there any other kind but high quality? God knows the women aren't holding it up.
Oh, that misogyny theater. Save it for injury
Oh,
time.
fine. It's more fun this way, though. So last Tuesday, Preston and Coventry tied 0-0. Luton and Millwall tied 2-2. That's going to be a theme, I think, this week. Hull 2-0 over West Brom, throwing a little spanner in the works for them. Blackburn 1-0 over Sheffield United. Cardiff 2-0 over Bristol City. Blackpool and Burnley tied 0-0. Coventry 4-0 over Neil Warnock's Huddersfield Town. Luton 1-0 over Swansea. Borough 5-0 over Reading. Sorry, Manchester United. You're worse than Reading.
Wow.
Norwich City
Wow.
3-2 over Millwall, continuing to push to try to come back. Maybe we'll see Danny again. Rotherham 3-1 over QPR. Stoke 5-1 over Sunderland. Manchester United, even Sunderland scored a goal. Watford 0-0 with Preston. Wigan and Birmingham played to a 1-1 draw. That leaves your table looking something like this. Burnley still on top by 13 points, 77 they have on the board, a plus 40 goal differential on 35 games played. Sheffield United does have a game in hand on 64 points, but they'll still be 10 back even if they win it, and a far less goal differential than Burnley. Middlesbrough on 60 points in third place. Blackburn in fourth on 58, continuing their bit of a resurgence. Luton is in fifth on 57 points with a better goal difference than Blackburn. So that could be a little bit tight on championship playoff seeding towards the end of the season. Then you've got Norwich in sixth, rounding out the playoff places at the moment on 55 points. Millwall in seventh, still sitting there on 54. Coventry in eighth on 52. Watford in ninth on 51. I'd be happy for them to stay there because I'm still fucking tired of them and don't want to see them back. Sunderland are in 10th on 49. West Brom in 11th on 48. And Preston North End in 12th on 47. And that, in my mind, probably ends the teams that have a chance of making the playoffs.
Right.
All the way down to 12th.
Good
Preston
news, there's only 567 more fixtures to be
games
played.
to go, yeah. But Preston, the other issue with Preston, though, is they have a -8 goal differential where every single team above them are in the positive. Yeah. So Preston really don't have that much of a chance. You go down to the bottom of the table, and Huddersfield Town are rock fucking bottom on 31 points. But they do have a game in hand over Blackpool and Cardiff, who are in 22nd and 21st respectively. But Cardiff are 7 points clear of them. So Neil Warnock's got his work cut out for him. Again, 30 years after first taking over the club. is trying to lead them to safety yet again.
Well, and they were in safety before this weekend and then fell back into it.
Wigan are on 32 points. Blackpool are also on 32 points in 23rd and 22nd. Cardiff, just safe, another one of Neil Warnock's former haunts, is in 21st place on 38 points, and QPR on 39 points, another one that Warnock has managed before. Both of them have played 35 games already. So it's going to be interesting, both ends of the table. There's a lot of stuff happening as usual. There's drama all over the Premier League. It's shaping up to be a really fun season.
Yeah, it's going to be a great finish.
I'm liking it.
Going to be a great fucking finish.
Just wish we didn't have that whole World Cup.
Yeah.
In the middle of it.
Really kind of threw
a spanner. I think it helped Arsenal, obviously. Yeah. Kind of, made a few teams disjointed. But it'd be a really fun, like when Leicester won the league, that was a fun season to watch football. Yeah.
It was.
I'm not saying that we're obviously not as poor as they were the year before, but we weren't expected to do this. But having that whole kind of morally shitty World Cup in the middle of it kind of sucks.
If you had on your bingo card,
it's a pain.
Will Graham somehow work the championship into a pro Arsenal agenda, you just fucking won. Well done for you.
Khalik's here.
Yeah, exactly. You have to figure out a way to work it all back together.
I had to help him out.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Sammy, some parting words I believe you forgot from last week. A great passed away. The announcer. You meant to talk about it last week. You talked about it on
John Motson died.
Yeah.
Very sad. It's the voice of football, really, for most of us, even at my age. He did a lot of the commentary work on the FIFA video games, so all of us have heard his voice before, even if you didn't know who he was. But for English people, he was, the voice of the FA Cup. He was the voice of the Premier League. He was the voice of Division I. He was Mr. Football. John Motson was an amazing commentator. And the world lost a good one.
Yeah.
He was quite knowledgeable. He was always on task. He came up with some, like Peter Drury we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. He comes up with these lines. It's like, where the fuck did that come from? There's no way he could have prepared them, before. Just is an absolute wordsmith. And
like, that was a romantically brilliant through ball. You're like, what the romantic?
How do
and then you're like, but why do I like that fucking terminology?
It's awesome. And then we'd come in here and fucking say the shit ourselves. I mean, we've done. It's awesome.
Except for Joy. Whoever fucking uses that one just annoys the piss out of me.
What?
When it brought Joy to the game. Oh, fuck off. Just sounds pretentious. It sounds like somebody with a hyphenated name. I just want to punch him in the face.
Wow. Okay. Jesus Christ. Somebody.
Tell us how you really feel.
Having a double-barreled last name makes you want to punch somebody?
I hate hyphenated names. That's just one of those things that drives me nuts.
Why? Because it puts the mother on equal standard to the child?
No.
Or to the husband, rather?
No, you're just trying to make it all about you. That's has nothing to do with the
assimilate and take my name, bitch. What? It's a weird hill to die on. Very old man yelling at the clouds, that.
Don't like hyphenated names? Say it with an autogram.
What the fuck? I don't like hyphenated names. I don't believe in interracial marriage.
No,
what?
None of that. No.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wow,
It's just
autogram
ridiculous.
got slightly racist there.
It's weird.
We can't.
It's
go,
just a
we
weird
can't go
thing.
out-
Like, who cares?
We can't go out on Avenue Q. Everybody's a little bit racist sometimes, like we already did before.
All right, Houston, roll.
So stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
So stupid. And I actually don't recall anybody being any cunt this week.
Nope.
Actually,
Nope, none at
so
all.
I think we're safe there.
We're a pretty good place.
So
I mean, I had Tony kicking somebody in the face. Is kind of bad, but
do that.
But nobody caught it, so we're okay.
I said all that to say, R.I.P. John Motson.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, man. Hope you had a good time.
I had a great time. Thank you guys for having me.
Excellent. Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, if you guys ever want to check out another podcast other than, of course, the great, amazing DU football show, you can check us out. Check my show called Time In Productions. It features a pop culture show and a sports show that I have coming along in June, so be on the lookout for that.
Excellent. Very, very
Awesome.
good.
Sweet.
And then you work with a little local club as well.
I do. Yeah. So if you are ever in the Annapolis
What in the
area,
millennial shit is this? He's a fucking club promoter.
So if you're ever in the Annapolis area and you are looking for some great NPSL soccer, feel free to come check out your Annapolis Blues.
Oh, that kind of club.
Yeah, that kind of club.
Damn it.
What club are you thinking?
The club. I want to really want to see the sweet supple nipples of Annapolis' finest bitches. You can find us at the Suckling Pig.
Welcome to my club, resident young persons, young and fresh.
That's how old I am. Fuck. I thought he was talking about a club. I was like, he still goes out. He's young. He likes it. He can stay awake past 10 o'clock.
That is going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining us, boys and girls. Next up is Injury Time. We're going to talk about the beers that we were drinking. We're going to check in on fantasy and our adopted clubs. And then, of course, preview the weekend's action for the English Premier League. Sam, should somebody want to check out Injury Time, how do they go about doing it?
Easy, as always. Patreon.com/DU Football Show. You get all of our extra content for a simple $5 a month. That would be Sound Check, which is our actual sound check. We just catch up from the week's action, talk about funny stories. This week was my wife insulting the mayor of Baltimore to his face by accident. And then
apparently Formula One, that's popping.
Formula One is hip and happening. Yep.
Still don't get it.
Yeah. It's what he watches at the club when he goes.
No, fuck, I don't.
Yeah, stupid old person. Fuck. I can't believe I'm in that age bracket now.
Mm-hmm, you are.
And then Injury Time, which is our preview show, as Sam said. We talk about the beers we've been drinking. We talk about our adopted clubs. We talk about DU After Dark. So there's a lot more funny sex stuff that happens on that show, which is pretty good. Of course, as it relates to football, which is funny. So, yeah.
Spoken like a perfectly good old man. Well done, Otter.
A bunch of funny sex stuff that happens there. This one time he turned around.
That's not creepy at all. Please sure to
just give us $5 and check it out. You'll love it, I promise.
Be sure to check out our Drip Shack, where we have all of our new logos and fun pint glasses, shirts, and all that good stuff. You can find that on our link tree. Our link tree is pinned to the top of every single one of our social medias at DU Football Show.
That's right.
Till next week, everybody.
Good night.